The story of Thanksgiving for all ages, featuring art from various credited artists, not for profit, only to spread truth. A long time ago, there was born a star, and this star birthed a planet, and that planet birthed life. And from that planet emerged the first people, a wise and strong people from a beautiful and enormous land we now call Africa. And from there, the people spread all over the world and even changed in appearance from how our sun washed over their new land. Many landed right here, where we are, and grew in wisdom and culture. We call them the First Nations of this land, each with their own names and special cultures. Well, the First Nations were wise and so diverse. They became so connected to the land here that legend says they became the land. For 14 or even 20,000 years, they learned and grew and became one with the land. One day, some strangers came to the land. Some First Nations even called them brothers, because they knew that even if they did not look or act familiar, they were once a part of that human family that long ago separated. But these brothers did not see it this way. They came from the cold and saw only in pain. When they came to this beautiful land, all they saw was greed. They wanted to take it from their family, but they did not even know what to do with it. So they tricked them. "Show us how to survive here," they asked meekly. And the First Nations did, because they were family. And when the visitors learned the ways of their land, they tricked them, stole them, made them sick, and took all of their land. Then they erased their stories, even made their own stories sound prettier, changed their form. And the visitors told the rest of their family all over this world that they also could not live here unless they looked like them, or unless they were stolen by them too. Now, were these brothers kind, or did they lose their way? One day, after they stole all they could and made the First Nations disappear, they gave thanks for their robbery. They called it Thanksgiving. Then they told everyone here to celebrate with them this land that they stole. And people did, because the people did not know the truth, that not everyone called it Thanksgiving. You see, the First Nations called it the Day of Mourning, for it was the morning their ancestors were tricked and stolen by their once distant family. But the people went on celebrating this day, not knowing who it hurt, until one day, some young warriors, wise descendants of their stolen ancestors, found out the truth. And they said, "This is not a day for Thanksgiving. This was a day for thanks-taking, and we will no longer call it what you call it, wayward brother, for family does not behave like this. Family does not rejoice when others are in pain." What do you think of these warriors? Do you think they are right and wise? "But warriors," said their families, "what about your aunties and grandparents and cousins, all who came here to celebrate our love with you this day? What will we do?" And the warriors said, "Let our families' love give the ancestors the love they were not given. We will honor them and the bond of true family this day, and find our way back to all of our lost family." And the family said, "Amen and Amen. Under the sun, we are all one, and we must never stand for what hurts any one of us." Then the warriors led their families back to love once again, the beginning.
Bylaws of the Iroquois Confederacy is what Franklin and Jefferson lifted, to use what they call democracy here. So the idea of democracy, that's not imported, that's indigenous, and that came from us.
So we could all understand that there's something deeper about this day and around this time of the year, so that we can understand what we have in common with our rare brothers and sisters. So to my water protectors on the front line, I'm going to say meaning Wachoni, meaning water is life, and my Chikatawe, meaning together as people we move forward. Assalamu alaikum.